Okay, so I'm just going to do a snippet to kind of guide your reading and give you a little jumping board to start from, but we're going to talk about quality and safety in this one. So three big players to know. JCAHO, they accredit the hospitals and kind of give them a seal to make them marketable. About the 1970s, healthcare started becoming kind of a, I don't want to say consumer driven, but it became more for profit. So people kind of wanted to have a quality seal so they could kind of be more marketable. JCAHO gives that. Most hospitals are accredited by JCAHO. The Institute of Medicine, they are kind of a big group of people that they do a lot of research, write articles, hold forums and conferences, and they kind of just try to guide the direction of healthcare based off health policy and whatnot. They don't make the rules, but they influence the people that do, the hospitals, the government. Then also there's a Center for Medicaid Services. They kind of are a major payer in healthcare. And you'll find that economics, quality and safety, and the other big one, policy, like Healthy People 2020, we'll talk about later, but they all kind of intertwine. But yeah, economics kind of drives quality, and quality affects economics. That being said, so some major things as far as quality and care to be aware of is in 1998, based off the Institute of Medicine's report, JCAHO partnered with the Center for Medicare Services, and they came out with patient safety goals. And out of that came a set of core measures, which we're probably all familiar with if you've ever worked at a hospital, but it kind of guides our documentation, it guides our care. Things like pneumonia, heart failure, big ones, heart attack, hips and knees. I think that's under surgical care improvement. Those are the ones that I'm pretty familiar with, but if anyone works in pediatrics or perinatal care. Then also, and these are if you're not familiar with them, you can kind of go in and peruse what the sets are, but there's just guidelines about what medications should be prescribed and timing of antibiotics and such for things like surgery. Feel free to peruse this website. National quality indicators, these are more nursing specific. These are things like pressure ulcers, nursing bedside hours, falls. These indicate the quality of nursing care versus overall care. And then the last thing is quality measures. It's important to differentiate core measures from quality measures. Core measures are set, and they've always been there. Quality measures change every year, and they're different depending on I don't know what I'm trying to say. Depending on what the IOM or anyone thinks is the issue for that year. So some of the ones from this year for 2015, diabetes care, let's see, heart failure, and they're listed over here. I'm reading them on this side. Those are the big measures, and then you can see measure description. And I'll try to put this on Canvas as well so you guys can look at that. But these change every year. The core measures stay the same. Then if you talk about the ideas and theory, I guess is the word I'm looking for, behind quality, you're going to have to mention Demings. He wasn't necessarily specific to healthcare, but he was very important in management and did a lot of research on the management techniques in the 50s. So he has his 14 points listed on page 246 in the book. Look at those. Big things to remember is you have to have visible buy-in from management if you want to see any kind of change. Look at the obstacles to change. Don't automatically go to a consultant group. Look at Uren's trilogy, planning, control, and improvement as far as making change or making quality improvements, the steps and the processes for that. Continuous quality improvement, just important to note that healthcare, you'll never reach a pinnacle. You can always be doing better. Know the difference between quality assurance and risk management and their roles. Call to safety. Call to safety was a report by the IOM. That's was a major one that's still kind of affecting how we do things. That was spurred on by a lot of medical errors. Tools and techniques. If you're ever in management or if you're ever on even a TCAB committee, I have a hard time for words this morning. If you're ever on a TCAB committee, It's important to know the tools and techniques of quality improvement, things like process description tools, flow charts, cause and effects diagrams, data collection. Are you going to do a survey? Are you going to do check sheets? Are you going to do observation? Process teams. These are the people that kind of use these tools, not necessarily a tool themselves, but and then data analysis, how are you going to analyze what you get? Are you going to do a bar graph? Are you going to do a line chart? Are you going to just read the surveys? Indicators, that's the event being measured. What are you measuring? What are you trying to establish or find out? Variation. Important to note that there's going to be some variation month to month with any kind of data that you're collecting or any time period. But just use common sense if you do see a bigger variation, more than the minute amount. Okay, so that's just kind of to guide your reading.